Hey guys, Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is the season finale of Mariah's World. One side of me is like, yeah, I actually want to see the mess that's been going on, especially since the New Year's Eve stuff. But the other side of me is like, dang, do we really want to see more? I know some of you want to see more of this, but I feel like we need to preserve the legendary status of Mariah Carey, and I don't think this show is doing that. This show gave us a glimpse, and it gave us a glimpse in a messy time, and we need to just leave it there. One and done. But we'll see what happens. I'm sure they probably want to bring it back just so that they can at least clear up all this other stuff. The episode's entitled We Belong Together. This is the 8th episode of Season 1. And Mariah is doing her last show at the time, which was in South Africa. And one of the things that occurs is, of course, she takes everyone to this butterfly exhibit, and it was really cool. They didn't just have butterflies; they had snakes, lizards, you name it, it was there. So, Lord, that snake and Mariah had that. I was like, oh, she's a brave one. Wouldn't have been me. Wouldn't have been me. But Tanaka gets promoted. He gets told by Stella that he's promoted. He's also going to be a creative director, which is interesting because we're all thinking the same thing. Does Anthony know about this? Does Anthony know, or is it going to be sprung up on him? Because if it's just going to be sprung up on him, that's not right. That's definitely not right. Mariah's going through a lot right now, and she's talking about how, whenever she's going through a stressful time, music is always there to kind of be her saving grace. At the show of the South African show, her last show, a lot of people there, super excited. The show goes off without a hitch, and they're just like, oh, it's finally over. And you could tell she has producers there, music producers there, so it's only a matter of time. She's talking about going back in the studio with Jermaine Dupri, with everyone that she has really helped her in her career, and she wants to put out some new music. She wants to get her love life situated, because as we personally know by now, she's not engaged to James anymore. She didn't really go into detail as to why that wasn't the case any longer. Of course, everyone's excited. The tour has ended, but she actually has this play date with Nick, and it was fun because they're essentially at a Sky Zone. If you guys don't know what Sky Zone is, it's an indoor trampoline park, and it was cute. We know that Nick and Mariah have a really good relationship, and that's nice to see. It's a stable environment all around for the kids, which we already knew. They're celebrating, I guess you can also say, another birthday with the kids, since Nick wasn't there originally on tour with Mariah to be able to do that with all of them. They're but they're talking about his turban, because Nick loves the turban. And I get the turban life. I'm not going to partake in the turban life, because I definitely don't think I qualify to partake in the turban life, but I definitely get the turban. And hey, look, don't be surprised if 10 years from now we see men who you have never seen or had a reason to be wearing the turban. They have fake man buns now, so why not a turban? It's definitely a whole lot more better, makes a whole lot more sense than the fake man bun. But I digress. Mariah's talking to Stella, and this is where the truth comes out about the tour's over. They're still trying to figure out how their schedule's going to match. Originally, Mariah set a date. James couldn't match the date, so trying to figure out how is it that this guy who's on this boat, of course he's working hard, but making all this money, but he should be able to move some things around for a wedding, and on his end, we can't seem to match schedules, even though now the tour's over and we still can't seem to match schedules. Something's wrong here. What are you not telling me, Mimi? Oh, it's just busy. It's just a lot going on. We know what ends up happening, but let's just pretend that we don't. She's talking with Tanaka, and they're both sitting on the kitchen island. And at one point, Mariah's just laying on the island, and Mariah and Tanaka have this really good relationship. Tanaka just wants to have an actual conversation with Anthony, because he's like, even though it's an honor, it's great to work with you, you're great, you're special. What's going on with your relationship? What's going on in your love life? Oh no, this is what it is. Yeah, so back to Anthony. I'm sure we need to figure that out as well, because that could go left. I don't know if Anthony actually knows about it, so we need to have a sit down. So they're gonna all plan to have a sit down. But before that happens, it's Mishka's birthday. That's Stella's daughter, and they throw this huge party at this club. I was like, what the? And she was 12. I was like, well, at least she'll remember it. It makes sense. At least she'll remember it. Like, gosh, 12 is so different nowadays. 12 is so different nowadays. So shout out to her. I mean, that's Stella's daughter. Now Stella's Mariah's friend, even though she's also her manager. But I'm sure Mariah helped set that up as well. Mariah's just like, Mishka's special because she's not like a typical 12-year-old, and Mariah was like, since she's eternally 12, they're such kindred spirits. And I'm glad to see a lot of fun. A lot of her friends were there. I guess we also saw Shawnee was there, which I'm thinking Shawnee probably had her kids there, but that was probably the main reason why she was there. But that kind of threw me for a loop. I was like, wait, Shawnee? Wait, is that Shawnee? That is Shawnee. Anyway, so the party was cool. I was like, dang, I kind of messed up. I know it's for 12-year-olds, but can I go? I want to go. That looks fun. I want to go. I know I don't match the income requirement, but I still want to go. Anyway. Mariah actually meets Tanaka's mom, and that was really nice. Tanaka's mom was fangirling over Mariah. The cake that was for Mishka, it was like this silver disco ball, and Chris was saying how we're going to eat the inside of the cake, the inner contents of the cake, but we can... I don't know what this is. This could be lead for all I know. This doesn't seem safe. This doesn't seem digestible. But we're eating all of this tonight. Next thing we know, half the cake is gone. I'm like, Jesus, those kids must be lit. Who am I kidding? Those probably the adults. And they were already drunk, so they were having a good time. I'm like, can we just put the camera back in there? I'm actually more interested to see how everyone is reacting. Champagne, so sugar and alcohol. Oh, that's a show. That is a show on within itself. Anyway, Mariah has a conversation with Tanaka outside. Just the two of them. It almost was like chapel-esque. I'm thinking, Lord, production knows what they're doing. And they were dancing around, and Tanaka was just trying to see what's going on with James. And he's like, do you still love him? Are you still interested? And Mariah's just like, I don't know. We just have to do what feels right and feel comfortable. I'm thinking, the whole time I'm looking at this like, Lord, are they going to kiss? Is she going to say it's off? I know at this point she was still with him. It was awkward to me because of what we know now. I was like, this isn't right. This isn't right. So let's just move on. Mind you, the sprinklers turned on at the exact time that they were supposed to initially leave. Production, y'all doing a little bit too much right now. So it's the next day, and there's a sit down with Mariah, Tanaka, Stella, and Anthony. Anthony is told by Tanaka, he said, I don't know if you're aware of this, but now I'm going to be the executive creator. Tanaka wasn't. Anthony said it like this. I feel blindsided because he wasn't told about it prior to. I feel blindsided, so I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. 2 seconds later, I'm shocked. I'm a little hurt. What's going on here? It's like, well, you did such a great job, Tanaka. His ideas are different from yours, so it's good that you two try and work together and make some magic. And it's not about you not being able to do it. It's just about us bringing in new ideas as well. You both have multiple talents. We just want to leverage all of them. It's like, I'll do it because I'm a professional, but really I almost feel like I want to leave because it's very hard just for you and I to connect on certain ideas, and so to bring someone else into it, it almost feels like it's completely unrealistic, and I don't know if it'll work. But again, I'm a professional. I'll do what needs to be done because you want to do it. I do respect Tanaka, and I do understand where you're all coming from. I just don't like it. And that was real. That was definitely real, because how are you going to tell someone, oh yeah, by the way, you're doing such a good job, but we're going to bring someone else in, and we're going to tell them, and they're going to tell you about it. And you're supposed to just be cool about it. You went from being just the dancer to the executive producer, well, the creative executive producer, and now you are now you're a co, and you're supposed to be good with that. Okay, so I do appreciate how Anthony handled it in that. We do know that his contract was up with Mariah anyway, so he went on to something else. He'll most likely be coming back, but I'm like, yeah, right, okay. Now, clearly, production took a break because Mariah's back in the studio, and she's in the studio with Jermaine Dupri, and they're, well, Jermaine was there at one point, and she performs this new song. This new song essentially is an ode to, oh my, are you kidding me? How do I not remember? Anyway, it's essentially kind of telling the story of how, not giving details, but just kind of telling the story of how her relationship is over, and if someone isn't treating you right, then you have to go and leave. You have to do what's best for you. And at the very end of her singing in the studio, she takes off her ring and places it down, thinking, it's okay. We get it. You could have just had the song. I get it for dramatic effect, but we know you weren't just singing flat out in there like that. You could have been singing, just not and then let the backing track go. But we get the whole concept. We get what you're trying to say. Now listen to the audio for like 3 seconds, because I'm not trying to get this video taken down. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. And when you love someone, they treat you bad. Yeah. Right. And then she talks to Stella. Stella finds out the full truth of what's been going on. Stella's trying to get it out of Mariah, but Mariah's just like, you know what, no. Because Stella's like, yeah, with the prenup and all that, holding it up, and I understand you were going through so much. And like I said, the reason why I could tell that there was a break with in production is because everyone looked different. Everyone looked different except for maybe Tanaka. But when you come off a tour and you're doing a lot of exercise and stuff, even though you're eating more, you're burning more calories, so there's a difference. Everyone kind of looks like, okay, we're back. I don't feel like I can move as much as I used to. Tour bodies aren't there. They still look good, so it doesn't matter, but the tour bodies aren't there. And the mess going on with James, there was a lot, but probably because of the legalities of it, she didn't want to go and have that episode yanked, because they will have had this episode yanked in a second if James was like decided, you know what, she's besmirching my name and my character, so let me not. She kept it very coy. Stella was really trying to get it out of her, but she kept it very coy. And we get it. The relationship's over. They never really saw eye to eye, is what it is. And they're performing again, having a good time. Went to Hawaii. Everyone was there. Mariah again kind of reflecting on how her life has been, and whenever things are bad, she would revert back to music as her way of fully expressing herself. And she's just happy with Tanaka. Tanaka's saying how, I'm over the moon, I could finally be with the woman I love, the woman that I admired. They're on the beach. They're doing, you saw what they did on the beach, because it's essentially the same photo shoot, even though it's supposed to be paparazzi in the moment. No, the photo shoot that was released of them on the beach together. Come on now. I don't know how I feel about this. Yes, I do. Even though I kind of want to see the results of all of the foolery that's come out thanks to the truth about the prenup and everything and the New Year stuff. We don't need another season. We really don't. I'd rather have Mariah stay as Mariah. That's it. So maybe I'll see you guys again. Maybe I won't watch my other videos. Thanks.